We are back, and we're talking about questions that as a potential patient or client, each one of you enjoyed being asked, and that really helps. And we talked a little bit about what folks might, what you would like them to ask. And how about you, Sarah, from a hospice care?
We like people to ask what to expect. They may have questions of when is a nurse available. We're available whenever they need it, whether it be evenings, weekends. There are CNAs available for showers and that sort of thing. There is a multitude of volunteers to come in and help the family or help the patient. But any questions they have, we want to encourage just to help fill in any gaps for them.
From a physical therapy point of view, is that something that would be covered during the assessment phase?
Yes, the nurse will go in and often identify a need through just thorough conversation with a family or their patient or the patient about just their goals, concerns.
Bringing it back to you for 1 second, is it the caretakers who typically talk to you? Is it the patient or the client that talks to you? Do you like to bring in the whole group so that everybody's on the same page?
Well, a little bit of both. There's a sequence that goes with things. For instance, a family may call me and we might make arrangements, and then things may go downhill for them health-wise, and they may have to talk to, say, hospice, and then hospice will call and give me a heads up that they're under some, they have somebody under their care that has designated me as their final provider, and usually the family will also touch base too. So there's a lot of communication goes on between everybody.
And how about for you? What are things that you would like people to ask when they're choosing you?
Great question. We want to find out, what's the goal? Do you want to live independent? We talked about independent living, assisted living. Do you want to stay at home? Is that your goal, to stay independent at home or go somewhere else? That's a starting point. Once we get in, I always like asking the question, so tell me about your day. What do you typically do all day? And then this person would basically walk us through it. Okay, what do you need assistance with that part of the day? And that helps put a roadmap together, if you will, about, do we need an aide in there just a couple of hours, or do we really need somebody in there all day long with you? What are your goals and what do you need help with?
And how does how do you kind of establish that? So you've done the preliminary assessment.
Sure.
I'm going to be on my best behavior when I'm talking to you that first time. Right?
Right.
Because I'm kind of apprehensive.
Yeah, very much.
How do you recommend easing your way into that?
Sure. What we like to do, once we find that, we try to find out what they're interested in, what they like, and then obviously we have a staff of a couple hundred people that we know what their interests are and what they like, and so we do that match, and then we like to get somebody in the home to actually start an interview process and meet with the family, meet with the children, meet with the mom or dad or whoever it may be, get everybody comfortable with each other.
Do you ever coordinate hospice? I mean, are you ever
Sure.
kind of the
Yes.
coordinator of the team, if you will, where you'd call Jim or you'd call?
Yep. If we are in with a family and we've been with them long term and we're seeing the progression of things start to change and we notice that, then obviously we're going to be on the phone with the physician or whoever it may be to get the referral out to hospice care of the Lowcountry so that they can get in and help us and support the situation.
It really is a real collaborative team.
Definitely, it's impressive in this community, the communication and support.
When someone is in hospice, is that the time? I don't even know how to say this. You don't want to. Do you ever come and get visitors so that they can get accustomed to what to expect during a service, or?
Well, I'll tell you, I've been to quite a number of hospice patients where I've gone to the home and just
That's
talked
really
to them.
what I was trying, not very articulate.
Well, yeah, you just go there and you just get a feel for them, and I really have a affinity for wanting to go to the home and really developing a relationship with the person.
Does a lot of that.
Okay, that's my real question.
Then you can get an idea of what maybe something that you see at the home that they might like at their service, but they didn't think to bring it up. So you bring it up to maybe a caregiver or a child or someone like that. So getting inside the home is important because you get an opportunity to really see how people live and what they might like.
Exactly.
Is the goal of what you do to develop relationships with that family?
My goal is to help people. That's the bottom line. I'm in this business to help people. And I personally like developing the relationships because I want to be a small town, hometown funeral director. I'm not a corporation. I'm not the big buck type thing. I want to develop relationships, and I have people call me, invite me to lunch. This is from 4 or 5 months ago that I helped a family, or to play golf.
Oh, exactly.
You know, that's what I want to be.
Oh, you're the concierge.
I could
like
be a
that when people
concierge.
come to visit then. That's kind of
Yeah.
nice. But I tell you, if people haven't been to see where you are, it is, have you been there? You got to go. Have you actually been?
It's stunning.
So amazing. It's
Comforting, welcoming.
very, and very low country feeling.
Thank you.
It is wonderful.
It's impressive also because we go into homes where people, they've just not looked at those type serious issues.
Yeah.
And so
Well, it's scary, don't you think?
it's very scary. We don't want to apply it to our own lives. And we go in and it's amazing the number of people who have just not thought about those issues. So to go into an environment that's still welcoming, even though it's a challenging subject to address.
Is it? Are people tentative, or do you find just everyone is really different?
Boy, they're all different.
Okay.
So they are all different. Some people are very tentative. Some people are so matter of fact. And you know, one of the things that people do now that they didn't do when I first got into business 25, 30 years ago is get on the internet. So now these people come to the
They,
internet.
they Pinterest.
Oh, they come in. They come into the arrangement, and they
Yeah.
think they know everything about funeral service, and some of them really know a lot, and some things they're a little bit confused on. But we have a good conversation.
Oh, I think it really is interesting.
Well,
And
Google has opened up the world too. That's right.
it is amazing. We got to go, don't we?
I know, it's about time up, but I really appreciate you folks joining us today, okay? Thank you. Thank you for joining us here on the Senior Network, where senior care experts come together. See you next time.